Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. How are you today? It is Tuesday, September 12th, 2017. Have a look at that. Have a look at that. That is my newest rendition. In fact, it's my first rendition of Jamie Dimon, who just happens to be the CEO of JP Morgan Chase. If you notice, he has a little Bitcoin in his mouth. I want to talk about that because it's kind of interesting. So, yeah. I don't know how many of you out here were watching the big deal, the Seeking Alpha conference, which on CNBC all day long, and they had Mr. Dimon there. Mr. Dimon made it very clear that he really does not like Bitcoin. Meanwhile, when he was asked about Bitcoin, he was like, well, the blockchain, well, it's good technology. And he also said he doesn't even know if it might go to $100,000. That's what he said. Okay. Now, can any one of you out here think of one reason, just one, why Mr. Dimon doesn't like Bitcoin or isn't coming out publicly saying he likes Bitcoin? Do you think it's maybe, I'm just throwing this out there, maybe because he's running one of the biggest banks on the face of the earth, which deals in dollars? Now, like I said earlier, Mr. Dimon here, that kind of looks like him. You got to admit, and I'm really not being funny, but he has a Bitcoin in his mouth. The reason why he has a Bitcoin in his mouth is because I'd be willing to bet my entire Bitcoin holdings, and I have some Bitcoin, that this man here has more than I do. In fact, a lot more than I do, because he's a lot richer than I am. Mr. Dimon made it very clear that he did not like Bitcoin when it was about $1,000. It has now put on more than 400% since he came out publicly saying he didn't like it. He might have said it before that, but that's my recollection. So, and again, today on CNBC, before the world, he said he doesn't know. It could go to $100,000, but he doesn't like Bitcoin. So for all of you out here who don't like Bitcoin, you're in pretty good company here. You got Mr. Dimon on your side. Look, as far as I'm concerned, when you got a guy like that telling you that you should not be holding Bitcoin, you should be hoarding Bitcoin. Just like Ben Bernanke, remember him? No. You shouldn't be holding gold. No. Central banks, we hold it for tradition. This is his exact words for those of you that might have missed it. He was asked by Ron Paul, Ben Bernanke, why is it that the Federal Reserve holds gold? He goes, oh, we hold it for tradition. Oh, okay. So when you hear these kinds of things come out of the mouths of people like this, after you finish either laughing or vomiting all over the floor, or a combination of the two, then you know you have to do the polar opposite of what they're saying. Now, I've come out publicly for the longest time now telling people they need to buy Bitcoin, they should be investing in Bitcoin, and you got to start thinking outside the box. Stop thinking of it as a currency. It's an asset like anything else, and right now this asset, regardless if it's in a bubble or not, is making a lot of people very, very rich. Okay, so if you can get the image out of your mind that maybe it's not currency and maybe it's an asset, you can better understand why you should be holding it. The same way you should be holding gold and silver right now. I'm not saying by any measure that this is a long-term thing, and I don't know when I'm going to sell mine. I have no idea. There will be a point when I do decide to get rid of mine. That time is not today. And Mr. Dimon here, this guy with the Bitcoin in his mouth right there, there's no way anybody can convince me that he doesn't have a huge amount of Bitcoin. But meanwhile, he doesn't want you to have it. No. He wants you to go to his bank, okay, and take out a loan in dollars. That's what he wants. You understand? I think you get it. But it really got, when I was watching this, and this is not long, maybe an hour ago, when he was out there talking about Bitcoin, and then, I mean, really, what I don't even know who was asking him the questions. When he was asked, it was so funny why he doesn't like it. He was tongue twisted. I mean, I think drool started to come out of his mouth, and he couldn't put it into words. That's really. Oh, then he goes back to the blockchain, then flips it. Of course, look. We understand he has a vested interest in keeping you out of Bitcoin, and probably gold and silver too, wants you in dollars. Okay? Just like the rest of this motley crew of individuals who are out there to mislead you and twist you and frankly screw you up every possible way that they can. That's just the way it is here, and it's frankly disgusting as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, I really wanted to cover that because when I heard Mr. Dimon over here talking about Bitcoin and not being able to to actually verbalize why he doesn't like it, you have to know that this guy's got a lot of it. He's got a lot of this stuff stashed. And again, 400% ago, more than 400% rise ago, this guy didn't like it then. But he also said it might go to $100,000. So you make up your decision. I'm just out here kind of venting halfway, talking about this. I just can't stand it. I really can't. It's just too much. If you agree with me, I would love to hear from you. How many of you out here think that this guy right there owns Bitcoin, and probably a lot of it? All right. With that said, I'll see you tomorrow.